At 6, police are searching for this man after human remains are found in 2 suitcases in Bristol. They were discovered by the Clifton Suspension Bridge. Police were called late last night after reports that a man was seen acting suspiciously. A manhunt is underway in Bristol after 2 suitcases containing human remains were found late last night at Clifton Suspension Bridge. And from
Tonight at 10, police say they are looking for this man after 2 suitcases containing human remains were found in Bristol. Officers were called to the Clifton Suspension Bridge after reports of a man behaving suspiciously.
This is the historic landmark where they made that grisly discovery, and it's now the centre of an ongoing manhunt.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the BBC News at 10. Police tonight are looking for this man after 2 suitcases containing human remains were found on Clifton Suspension Bridge in Bristol. Officers were called to the area late last night after reports that a man was seen acting suspiciously on the bridge. Police have since released this image and have urged anyone with information to phone 999. Our correspondent Phil Mackey has the latest from Bristol.
One of the country's best-known landmarks was today the scene of a gruesome crime. All day it's been the focus of intense activity. This afternoon, a private ambulance came to take away the human remains. The grim discovery was made just after midnight, after a call from the public about a man acting suspiciously. Eyewitnesses described seeing the suitcases after they were dumped on the bridge.
You know, because it's very visible on the end of a bridge that's like in the middle, essentially. With, well, obviously it's like blood to be leaking out and the blood on the pavement. You know, it paints quite an unpleasant picture.
This is the man detectives want to speak to, caught on CCTV, bearded and dressed in black. They say he isn't considered to be a danger to the public, but urge anyone who knows him to contact them urgently.
This is a very disturbing incident, and I fully recognise the concern it will cause for our communities. We currently have an increased presence of officers in the area, and I encourage anyone who has any concerns to please do speak with one of the team.
This was a particularly horrific discovery. How has it affected the officers who were here last night?
I'm grateful for you asking that question. It's something that in a career I'm sure somebody would never even anticipate coming across as part of their duty.
Specialist investigation teams have been working around the site all day.
Police say that the man they're looking for was dropped off in a taxi, got out with the suitcases and walked along Clifton Suspension Bridge where he left them. Now they've taken the taxi in to be examined and spoken to the driver. They're also looking at footage that was taken inside the car, as well as footage that comes from the cameras here, so they can exactly work out what happened last night.
This evening the police helicopter was flying over the area and new cordons were put in place. It's hoped that a post-mortem examination will provide more answers about who it was, what happened and when.
So this is a popular tourist attraction, and we've seen lots of people coming along today. One American said it was a bit like being in the scene of a crime movie. And that, I think, reflects generally the view here. People are really concerned about what happened. And though the police have said that the man they wish to speak to, they don't think poses a risk to the public, they have urged people not to approach him and to contact them urgently if they do see him.
Phil Mackey, thank you.
Thank you, Sophie. A warm welcome to BBC Points West. Our headlines tonight: the human remains found in abandoned suitcases. Police launch a huge search for the man seen with them at the Clifton Suspension Bridge last night.
Just a few more details on that manhunt and the police appeal this evening. They say they don't believe that the man they're looking for poses any immediate danger to any other members of the public. But as Fiona said, they've asked the public not to approach him, but to call 999. Just in the last half an hour, actually, there's been a bit more searching going on behind us, just towards the visitor centre. Police with some poles just going through some of the grassland and in the trees behind us as well. This is an investigation that is, of course, far from over. But police are also asking anyone with information to call their incident room direct on 0800 056 0944. That's 0800 056 0944.
And just before we leave you, let's get an update on our main story tonight, shall we? The hunt for the man who left 2 suitcases containing human remains next to the Clifton Suspension Bridge overnight. Let's catch up with Steve again at the scene. Steve, can you remind us what the police said at their news conference just a little while ago?
Yeah, hi Amanda. In summary, police were called here just before midnight last night to reports of a man acting suspiciously. He wasn't here, but when they got here, they found 2 suitcases, one on the bridge, one nearby, and they contained human remains. So a huge manhunt has been launched now. Police have issued 2 photographs of the man that they're looking for. They've said to the public, don't approach him. They don't believe he poses a threat, but call 999. And if anyone has any information, ring 999 or the incident room direct on 0800 056 0944.